is just me. There's no in between. So this
is just me.
Is just me.
Why there is no in between.
So
this ain't my scene, I'll beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. I state my dream, not in between. This ain't my scene, I'll beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. No in between.
This is just me. A sound, a style, a groove, a rhythm.
No in between.
I know you have to say what you're given. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm gone. I'm gone. So this is just me. It's a sound, it's a style, it's a groove, it's a rhythm.
No in between.
I know you have to say what you're given. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm 1 minute, then I'm just me. There's no in between. So this is just me. A sound, a style, a groove, a rhythm. No in between. I know you have to say what you're given.
Hello, beautiful Facebook and YouTube. It is amazing to be here with you guys again today. I am so excited about this episode, guys. I am Nastine.
That would make me Peter.
We are the co-founders of Explore ProTech Entrepreneurial Haven, and you are watching the Coffee Shop Conversation Show for Entrepreneurs. This is your safe space where you can get together with other entrepreneurs from around the world for 1 hour every single week and just have a meaningful conversation. We know that relationships is everything in business. How do you build them? Through shared experiences. This is that, guys. So we are so happy to have you here. Okay, so first off, we have very, very, very awesome humans with us today. Like, seriously, like the people on the screen are just amazing. So I think what we should do first is some introduction. So if you're watching on YouTube right now or on Facebook, I want you to just pop into the chat who you are and maybe the name of your company and just a short little sentence of what do you do and where you're from. Okay? And we will do the same on the actual screen right now. Okay, so first off, I want to just give Lana a chance to speak to you, but I also want to introduce her because she's our VIP guest for today, guys. We're talking about everything Mompreneurs, and she is the founder, one of the co-founders of Mompreneurs SA. And she's an absolutely beautiful human being, and she has this passion and heart for just changing the way that we serve and look after our mompreneurs. Lana, please, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself, your company, tell us where you're from and what you do.
Hello, thank you very much for the opportunity. I love it having this opportunity to talk about the stuff that I love and that makes my world tick. I'm from in South Africa in Somerset West. I have this beachy wind look because we're having a heat wave and I've got like 2 fans on me. Yeah, I think Mompreneur is the passion of my heart. I think the potential of moms and the way that for them to give up and zone out is never an option. So moms just keeps on going. We can't give up. It's a luxury we don't have. And I also believe that moms has a natural talent for doing business. And and building that relationships that you need to build a business. So that's why my focus has been on helping moms in a more holistic way, because there's a lot more to a mom's life than business. But if everything is not in sync, your business is definitely going to show that. So that's basically my focus.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lana. We're so excited to have you here with us. Yay! Awesome. Okay, next up, let's hear from the one and only Bam B.
Bam.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Nestine. Hi, everybody. My name's Megan, and I'm a copywriter and content creator from Cape Town, South Africa. And all I've got to say today is passion changes everything. So, Lana, absolutely, we're feeling you on that one. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. Let's go keep the good vibes going with something from Miss Riep, something fascinating, please, Karen.
Hi there, I'm Karen from Fascinating 7, and like Lana, although I help a lot of people, my passion is you, the moms, I'm the children. When I say kids, mine is the youth, you're sort of grade 10 going forward from there. And I'm passionate about teaching them about their communication advantages and how they can actually leverage them in their career choices and in their future. So I'm from Cape Town, Melkbos Strait. Nice to meet you.
Awesome, good to have you, Karen. And let's go straight to the snow. Betty Ann.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, Betty Ann Ellis. I really love that you're doing this, Mompreneur. I'm in business. I had no business background whatsoever and found out that I wasn't a mompreneur, had to be a mompreneur. Had children, started my business because of that, and chose this business. I'm actually working with people in global reach, helping everybody, mums, dads, preneurs, and everyone to develop a global business. But I understand exactly what it is that you're doing, Lana, and thank goodness for people like you. And I wish somebody like you had talked to me earlier so that I could have gotten into business quicker. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Betty Ann. Okay, and let's keep the positive vibes going with Renee.
Hi, everybody. I'm Renee Bresser from Cape Town, South Africa as well. My company is called Craft Digital Design. So we're your one-stop shop for all your digital design needs, whether it's your website, your logos, your pamphlets, your brochures. We've even done some shop front. We also provide social media marketing packages on the platforms of your choice and at the budget that is good for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Renee, showing some support for the mompreneurs out here. We love it. Okay, and on that note, let's go straight to Alan. Alan McDonald. Usually in Cairo, but today talking to us all the way from Canada. You have to unmute, Alan. Maybe while we're waiting for Alan to find the unmute button. Alan, we love you. Please find it quickly. Let's hear from Somerville so long. Somerville, you're looking lovely and you're an actual new mom. So it's so nice to have you here.
Hi, Nestine. Thank you. I'm baby's asleep now, so taking the gap while I can. I'm Somerville from the Somerville agency. I'm also I would call myself a very new mompreneur. Not because I got a new baby of 3 months, but because my business is about 2 or 3 years old. So I'm actually quite new. I didn't know it was called a mompreneur until a few months ago. I was like, oh, I'm a mompreneur. Cool. That's a cool name. So yeah. Fun names. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a virtual assistant. That was fun.
That would be important to mention. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Actually, she's not just a virtual assistant. She's our virtual assistant.
The best virtual assistant.
But we'll share if you ask nicely.
But only if you ask nicely. Alan, you managed to unmute.
I did, yes. That's the ID seal stuff that Betty Ann working its magic, because I turned it on so it blocked the camera and then blocked the microphone. So it all does work. It was Al McDonald, Superior 120, bringing learning to different levels, way more effective. And I've got two ladies in my life that are very special with me. My wife and my daughter, and I have met some amazing ladies. It's really a shame there aren't more ladies running the world, because us guys that have it so much easier. So I appreciate everything that all the ladies on the panel here today do.
Thank you so much, Alan. That is an awesome introduction. And we're so happy that the mute button was eventually figured out. Okay, let's hear from one of our other guests on the show today. And this person is very special. Jennifer, say hi to the people.
Wow, thank you so much. This is an amazing topic I want to be part of, because I started my first business. I have 3 businesses, but I first started one while I was expecting my 3rd baby. And I knew that if I don't do it, it's just going to remain a dream. I had 3 babies and I was taking care of my disabled sister as well. So 4, she's deaf, mute, and blind. I dedicated 2 hours every single day to pursue my dream. I share my story in this book, which is a bestseller on Amazon. So we only have excuses. If we want to do something, moms out there, you will find the time. I'm a business coach and a publisher. Storytelling is selling. I want to tell you, every story you have is somebody's solution. You can think that what you're going through, no matter how hard it is, somebody out there thinks that's the end of the world. They are going to take their lives because they don't see any way out. I encourage women to use storytelling, even men. I have a book about men, to share your story. Use your story to connect with your potential clients, to help someone. And the good thing is, the story remains in the book forever. Even when you're gone, somebody has a blueprint to go and check it. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. I'm in London. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, all the way from London, joining us today. Christine, let's hear from you. So who are you, where are you from, and what do you have to say about this mompreneur topic that we're tackling today?
Well, good morning. I am coming to you all the way across the world. I am just outside of Calgary, Canada, and I'm a bonus mom. And it was really interesting. I really always wanted to inspire, to really come in to inspire that you could do anything you really wanted, and to create a sense of independence. And for me, you know, I came into the motherhood thing sort of in the teenage years, to 2 daughters. And I think it was so important to show them, you know, you didn't have to depend on a man. You could create your own sense of independence. You could have travel. You could have friendships. You could choose who you do life with, and to really get to define success on your own terms. And part of that is chase your dreams. And, you know, I run a community. It's called Chasing Dreams and Making a Positive Impact, because that's it. You get to define who you are. You are not one thing. You're not just a mom. You're not just a business owner. You're not just a wife, mother, daughter, sister, any other label the world wanted to give you. My whole passion was you get to build your and story. You might not start out having real clarity on what that is, but you actually get to say, I'm doing this for me. And yes, when you show up as this amazing, incredible, strong, powerful woman, you're going to create positive ripples for your own family, for your community, and then I think the wider world. So that's what I'm all about. Nice to see everybody here this morning, joining from halfway around the world. Nice to see you all.
Thank you, Christine. This is awesome. So we have Canada in the house, we have UK in the house, and then we have South Africa in the house. We have Darlene in the house. Thank you for coming back, Darlene, so you can do your intro. Let's hear from you, Darlene. Who are you? What do you do? And what do you have to say about this mompreneur topic that we're chatting about today?
Hello, I too am from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, in our nice freezing warm weather. And I do the grandmotherpreneur. I wasn't successful, I have to say, as a mompreneur, mostly because I did end up sacrificing time with my children, with my work versus with my children. And so now I have adult children and I'm a grandmother and a great grandmother. And my goal in life has always been to be like my grandmother was to me. And I think so far I'm succeeding at that. As a grandmother, I am starting, I recently started Scam Prevention International because I have the goal of making the internet a safe, fun, and productive place for people. And am focusing on women 50 and older because the internet has become a tool for the older generation, and it's an old tool but new to the older generation because they never wanted to really have anything to do with it, but because of COVID they've actually gotten quite used to it, and now there needs to be a lot of safety done in it. So I am wanting to train people to watch people who are in the industry of working with older people, and to be able to determine and to know the signs of what people are what it looks like when people are experiencing being scammed, because a lot of people are not going to tell you. They're told by the scammers to keep it in secret. So I really believe that there needs to be train people to watch for those kinds of signs.
Awesome to have you here, grandmotherpreneur Darlene. I think we have such an awesome array of people today on the screen. Okay, guys, so this coffee shop is going to work a little bit different than all the other coffee shops because we have a VIP guest here, right? So for those of you that maybe don't know yet, Lana Sinclair is one of our new target entrepreneurs that we really want to focus on helping. We want to help her tell her story. We want to help her share her passion and her heart. That's why she's here with us today, guys. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be asking her questions about what it takes to be successful as a mompreneur. And then you guys are going to come in with the support in the questions and the comments on that. How does that sound? We ready to do this? Awesome, nerds. Okay, guys, remember, if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, please engage in the chat and chat with us. Relationships is everything in business. Relationships come from shared experiences. This is what we're doing today. So have a meaningful conversation. It's 1 hour, 1 hour a week that you get to spend with entrepreneurs from all over the world just chatting. So go for it. Okay, Lana, are you ready? You're looking like you want to run away.
No, I'm good.
Okay, Lana, question number 1. Why is it so important that we actually support mompreneurs from around the world in these days and times?
I think somehow the contract that was offered to women when we decided to become women, there's a lot of stuff in the small print that I didn't see. When you're a mother, you're a doctor, you're a psychologist, you're a maths teacher, you are a trainer, you are emotional support, you are the cook, you are the midnight person, emergency services, you are the driver. We are everything, and we are also the person that wants to keep our identity and have a business and have a life and be independent. And I think those are such a complicated combination of things that I think it's a wonderful opportunity if we can stand together and help each other, because we try to reinvent the wheel all the time. Well, if we stand together and share and support each other, it doesn't have to be so hard.
I love that, Lana. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, If you have a question or a comment, I think we'll take about 2 per question. So questions or comment, you need to put a heart up on the screen right now like this. Then you get to chat with Lana. Okay, our number one supporting, I guess, dadpreneur, Alan. Question or comment for Lana?
A comment and then maybe a question here, and maybe it's in one. So when you have kids, you turn into a mom or you turn into a parent, mom or a dad, and they don't give you a book that goes with this thing. It doesn't come with a manual. It's like, well, here it is, do your best. One of the things that we were very fortunate to have when we had our kids was what we affectionately called the moms group, where parents could go to this group with or without the kids and go, hey, am I doing this right? You know, and and I have these feelings, you know. Out of that came a comment by somebody, oh, they make kids so cute so we don't eat them. Because it creates a lot of stress. And I think Lana, what you're doing and what I would ask is that for all the women entrepreneurs out there, you guys especially have a harder time than the male counterparts because you're female, and in that whole business world, I believe it's changing. I hope it's changing, but there's it just seems to be there's a you have to work harder at whatever it is you do to become accepted in the business world, etc. So just a comment about that and what really drives you to maintain the entrepreneurship, and how do you balance all of that stuff out?
Sure, Alan, by the way, I have a coffee appointment with you on Wednesday.
Yes.
I've booked you. You know what it's about? It is about the role that we play as mothers. And as you say, it is complicated. There's a lot that comes with it. But I do feel that moms, we really want to help other people. We are often empaths. We want to adopt everybody and help and get involved. And that is why it is so important for us to rely on each other. When I started Mompreneurs, I did some research. And you know what was the number one problem with Mompreneurs? They're lonely. They have no one to talk to. They don't have entrepreneurs in their family. They have family that's telling them, listen, why don't you just get yourself a real job? You know, why don't you leave this nonsense that you're busy with? Please stop stressing about this. What are you talking about? So they don't get that understanding and support. And I think bringing that together and giving moms that ability to have someone to share with, because I think that the power of mompreneurs has been in moms meeting each other, moms sharing, and moms supporting and helping through crisis situations. And when I met Megan, I said to Megan, listen, no jokes, you are part of so many groups. Why on earth would you be at Mompreneurs? Because I think we like a little bit of maybe mediocre against the other people you're mingling with. And she said to me, none of the other groups are moms. And there's just a different understanding and a different level of support. And that is what I want to do with Mompreneurs. And I've met so many moms. Alan, you know what's amazing? I've spoken to so many people, moms, and we all want to help. But this little bit that we are helping here and there is wonderful, but it doesn't close the loop. It doesn't necessarily bring long-term help, long-term change, long-term opportunities. And I see mompreneurs as bringing these moms together with the skills, with the need to help other people, and create a platform where we can pull together in a direction. I feel I'm in a little bit over my head, and that's why I've very gratefully accepted the opportunity from Nesting to get involved here, because I think it's a big job, but if we all pull in the same direction, I think that what we're going to reach is going to just be so much better.
Thank you so much, Lana. That was an awesome answer. Let's keep you on the spot with another question from another Canadian. So let's go to Christine. Comments and questions, Christine.
Yeah, I wanted to, Shauna, shift the conversation to talk a little bit about the fact that, yes, there's a children dynamic, but there might also be a spouse dynamic. And when you make the decision as a woman with children to start building a business and to commit some level of time, doesn't matter what it is, there usually is a time and a place where you have to sit down and have the conversation. What is this? Where are you going? What's the impact to the family dynamic, whether that's the amount of, availability to be around full time for the kids or with your partner. And I know, like, one of the things that I talk a lot about my business. So I am a business success coach, and I help a lot of people start a business and shift from buying a job, go get one, to buying a job, to running a business. And it's a very different transition. And one of the things I talk a lot about is you can start in as little as 1 hour a day to build a future that's job optional. Not every career is an exit with a flaming exit. Sometimes it's this small build of a side hustle that becomes something that you may want to take in a bigger way, but it could also be just the way you start to build your wings, and it might shift and it might change. But I do think there's a really important conversation, because a lot of women that I mentor, and I do have a lot of women in my community, say, one of the challenges is sitting down and saying, let's have that conversation. And I know when I made my own business, the first one I started, I said 1 hour a day. You guys can watch Netflix, and the thousandth time you're watching Friends, I'm going to go start my business and spend that hour. And then after that hour, whatever that was, the episode was over, I closed my computer to go back to being present. But I'd love your thoughts on that family dynamic, because there's a conversation when, not now, sweetheart, I'm working, or I am going to be in the office, not snuggled up with movie time with the kids and the husband. So I'd love your thoughts on that, and how you bring that conversation to your community and to the people that are curious of how to not necessarily do it all, but blend it more successfully.
Yes, that is such a lovely question. Thank you for asking that, because that's the whole thing. You become an Olympic level juggler, because you need to juggle everything and still make everybody feel important and seen and understood. I think that when you start a business, it's like having a baby. You don't know what you're in for. You have no idea. And obviously, like with a baby, it does take a lot more out of you. Yes, some places you're going to win, some places you're going to lose. Maybe you are not going to have the hour and a half with your kids. You're going to have 45 minutes, but it's going to be a focused 45 minutes, because quality is better than quantity. I think it's all about trying to keep a balance. But I always say, look at the bigger picture. Get the business. You want independence. You want to have time to attend your children's sport. You want to be able to leave whatever you're busy with if your child phones you and says, Mom, I need you right now. You need to be able to cope with a child that's sick suddenly one morning. And you want to be there to educate them. I don't think it's always a good idea to leave it to the school or the au pair or the nanny to teach your children about respect and trust and loyalty. And so I think that in a way, yes, we don't want to take away from our children, but I think starting your own business is such a selfless decision to make, because I do feel that your husband and your children in the end will definitely benefit from that. But yeah, most moms, when it's my best time to post something on Facebook is between 10 at night and 2, because moms are working, they're breastfeeding. Can you imagine sitting on the phone and answering all my questions at 1:30 at night? And we have to make it just go with the flow that we have. So I hear what you say. It is. I don't think that there is a recipe. Sadly, there isn't. But and moms we have a PhD in feeling guilty. If we don't feel guilty about our husbands, we definitely feel guilty about the kids, or we feel stressed about the work. But that's why I say, sometimes we need people around us to say, you know what, take it out on me. You can say everything, I'm going to forget it the minute after you start bitching and complaining and being frustrated. Or, you know what, why don't you cook like this? Or why don't you order your meals to be delivered? Or, you know what, I know this fantastic person that can save you so much time and do it for you. And I think that is where the movement comes. If we try to do it in our own power, with our own limited knowledge and experience, then we freaking struggle. I would say almost impossible. And then our families and our husbands, they pay the price with us, and that we don't want. If we take a little bit here and there from them, it's because we know what they're going to get in the end. So yes, that's hardship, but I do. And that's why the Mompreneurs, if I can say, the academy that we've written, we call it like quick guides, 5-minute guides. So you can wait at the dentist and watch a quick 3-minute video and learn something new for your business. Or you can do a 5-minute while you wait at your school. So we've designed it for moms. We don't waste anybody's time because we don't have it. We don't overcomplicate it. We don't have the time for that. We make it easy and we make it effective and step-by-step direct. And that is how we want to embrace the moms. Because I would say almost 90% of the mompreneurs that's part of our group, they did not study marketing. They don't have a degree. They don't have experience, but they need to bring in money. They need to find a way to spend more time with their children. So Mompreneurs is focusing a lot on educating them to get a long-term customer instead of somebody that you posted to by accident that bought something and will never buy it again. How do you identify the customer that you want to find? I know this is a long answer, sorry, but all I'm trying to say is that it's about being super constructive. The 5 minutes that you've got, you have to make it count. Because 5 minutes you waste is 5 minutes less with your children. And you have to justify it. And I think if we have each other and support and advice and motivation, I think it's just a lot easier going through this process.
I love that. Thank you so much, Lana. Thank you, Christine, for the awesome conversation that you sparked. Okay, guys, so Lana, you actually gave me like the best idea ever. You said we can't do this alone. So how about we flip this thing on its head now and we go to everyone else and we're going to ask you, everyone else, hi, Karen. I'm joking. We're going to
actually listening. I've been looking at Lana's website while we're chatting. So it's actually brilliant. Lana, I was just looking at, I went onto the Facebook thing and then I went to actually go look at the Mompreneurs Business Academy and stuff. And it's really, really amazing. Everyone that hasn't gone on yet should actually go and have a look at it. So I'm doing 2 things at once because I'm a mom and I multitask. And did you see me 2 minutes ago? I was a ventriloquist as well, but I'm telling the kids to be quiet.
That's typical mompreneur.
Bam. Okay. So what we're going to do is everyone else, we're going to ask you, what's your one best tip for mompreneurs? Remember, there's a lot of mompreneurs watching this video right now and in future, and they want to know what's the one thing, if I do that today, I'm going to be successful tomorrow or in 3 months' time or 6 months down the line. So let's ask everyone their one best tip, and then we get Lana to comment on the tips that you guys gave. How do you feel about that?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Let's do it. Let's start with Miss Karen.
Yeah, she knew.
I didn't. I think what Lana said earlier, first and foremost, is to be in flow. The whole reason we've chosen to do our own, start our own businesses and do things is so that we can be there for the children and for the other things that call us. So it is being able to manage it in your own time, because otherwise you're not, you might as well work for someone else and get a salary. So it's harder work, but it's having that flow. And then the second thing is, well, for me anyway, besides the business groups and that you've got there, is joining other groups, where you can have support from other, not just mompreneurs, but entrepreneurs too. So that's what I do. I belong to one or two really, really amazing groups, like Explore ProTech, but very interested in the mompreneurs group. I think it's a very niche market. It's brilliant. When I say niche, there's so many moms, but no one actually doing this. It's amazing.
Thank you, Karen. You're absolutely amazing, guys. That's Karen, our fascination coach from Fascinating 7. Thank you, Karen. Okay, I love also how I said, like, let's give our one base tip, and then Karen is like, and secondly, I'm joking. I'm sorry, Karen. I just had to. Okay. Next up here from Renee. Renee, your one base tip for mompreneurs. The one thing that you do today, you guaranteed success tomorrow. What's that?
Hi, everybody. Unfortunately, in Renee's style, I'm not going to have only one. But first of all, I think surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people like, well, I'm going to use Explore ProTech for my best example as well. When I was just starting off, I was lost and didn't know where to go. And by surrounding myself with the right people at the right time, you got all the support to actually get where you're supposed to be. And I'm a testimony of how that actually worked to build my business in 4 months to a sustainable international company. And then I know it's a cliche, but just hang in there. We all need to just, you will get through the tough times, and it will get not easier. Well, it will feel like, it seems like it gets easier because you get more experience and you just have to get there. And then lastly, when you said, how do you juggle your stuff with your family? And that's one of the wise people in this tribe actually taught me, that is to block out your family time actually on your calendar. Make a point of, take that spot on your calendar, block it out, those hours or 2 hours for your family. And that helps a lot to keep things balanced as well. Sorry, it wasn't only one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Renee. We love you. Guys, that's Renee Bracer from Craft Digital Design, the one and only website guide that you'll ever need. Okay, next let's go to Megan. Megan, you've had your heart up like 10 times already. I know you're bursting. What's your one best tip for mompreneurs?
Well, thanks, Nistine. I think for me, it would be follow your passions, because that's what you deserve. And that's the very first way I feel that you're filling your cup first. And by filling your cup first, you've got to give to everyone else. Okay, thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much, Megan. Megan Deers from Megan Creative. I'm going to mess up a name soon.
It's fine, just blame me.
I did forget about that.
Thank you, Megan. Okay, and Somerville, let's hear from you. Your one base tip for mompreneurs. I mean, you have a newborn. I'm guessing you have more than one tip. Let's try your best one.
My best tip, yeah, with 3 children. Oh, my goodness. Can I give you 3 tips, one for each of them?
Go for it.
Don't worry, just do one. My best tip for mompreneurs is, because you're so busy with your own business and with your family and everything else in between, make sure that you take time for yourself and you have me time, something that is not business related, something that's not family related, something that also fills up your cup. Like for me, it would be creative, something creative. So it takes my mind off my business, takes my mind off the family, and just gives me that break from everything, even if it's just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just that quick break, and then you'll feel so much more refreshed afterwards. That it's like you catch a second wind, and then you'll be able to go a lot further if you take that me time and just focus on yourself for a little bit.
Thank you so much, Somerville. That's very, very valuable. Although when you get creative, like this is what happens. So technically it's still business. Thank you so much, guys. That's Somerville from the Somerville Agency, one of the best virtual assistants in the world. Let's hear from Christine next. Christine, your best tip for mompreneurs.
I think it's 2 words, faith and grace. Number one, you have to have faith in your vision. Call it belief, but you must know that you don't need to have the how figured out. None of us do. There's not a single entrepreneur that I've met, and it doesn't matter whether you're first day in business or years into it, we are all figuring it out. So I would say have faith to believe it's possible, have grace to realize you don't need to know the how. You can learn the how as you go.
Nice.
Who else gets like goosebumps every single time Christine opens her mouth? Is it just me? It's amazing. Thank you so much, Christine. And that's Christine from, what's your company called, Christine?
So the new company name is Clear Acceleration Inc. And obviously most of you know me for the Chasing Dreams community, but I'm incorporated now. So I've got a new name, Clear Acceleration Inc.
Love that. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Next base tip from a grandmotherpreneur to the world, Darlene. What is your best tip for mompreneurs out there?
So I'm in agreement with Karen, and she had said it would be good to join other groups. And I think the mompreneur, I'd never heard that term before. I love it. But so I went on Facebook to see how many people had signed up for something like Mompreneur. There's 3 names: Mompreneurs, Bosspreneur, and Mompreneur with no S. And there's maybe just a little over 1,500 people in those. I went to look up women's entrepreneurs, 75.4 thousand women just on that one. And I think that it would be awesome if some of those women went over to the Mompreneur and also helped share their information. I find that people are more interested in their career, or not, they aren't more interested, but they're learning more to be about their career versus learning how to do it together. So when 75,000 versus under 1,000 in each of these mompreneur groups, I think it's really important for the specific mompreneur group to definitely grow, because how many of those women are that from the women entrepreneurs? So I just might write something about that on that network about mompreneurs.
I love that, Darlene. Thank you so much. And thank you for the bit of research that you threw in there just quickly. That's awesome. Okay, next up, let's hear from maybe our publisher friend, Jennifer. What's your best tip for mompreneurs?
I use this every single day. As you know, writing, nobody has time for writing. As a publisher and a writer myself, I block 15 minutes every single day. And I have a note to-do list. I have 15 minutes for like 6 hours. I do 15 minutes and I go on something else. But I know at the end of the day, I've seen my progress. It's very good to tick on things like this. And another thing I do 3 things. And tomorrow is not planned. This is my mantra. Today has not ended until tomorrow is planned. I plan 3 things. I have a note to-do list, because you're overwhelmed when you put so many things on your list and you don't do them. It demotivates you. So I do 3 things every single day. before I open my inbox to see some people's problems, some people's things, I do my 3 things and then I move on to the next. If you do that, you will have so much done because we don't have a lot of time. So you can neglect your business or your family. It works for the family. What 3 things am I going to do for the children today? What 3 things am I going to do for the business today? What 3 things am I going to do for me as me? Because the children are going to go away. Nobody has a guarantee that even the partner you're with is going to live in. So my me time, what is going to energize me, I believe this is so important because we can do so much more if we do just a little bit of whatever we have to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And that's Jennifer from?
From London, and I'm a publisher.
Awesome. So good to have you here. I love the 3 things rule. I do it every day. Sometimes I don't even have things on my to-do list. Those are my best days. Joking. Hashtag not joking. Anyway, Alan, what is your best tip for mompreneurs? What's the one thing if they start doing that today, they will be successful tomorrow? You have to find the unmute button again.
There we go.
Yay!
I'm mouseless, so I'm practically handicapped here. I think one thing that really helps mompreneurs would be to get buy-in from the other 2 parties that you have, your partner and your kids, and make sure everybody's on board with what you're doing and how you're going to do it. Otherwise, it is going to be a fight. I think it'll be very, very difficult. And if you say, once you say, hey, here's what I really want to do, here's how you can support me, and everybody buys in, then you're going to get the help and support you need from those that you most want that from, that you get the most support from and the most satisfaction from supporting. That's what I got to say. And I'll tell you, and the guys here will attest to this, guys just go and do. And then, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I didn't realize. Well, no, because you didn't freaking ask.
I love that.
And we get away with it. Right, Peter? Yeah. And, don't do that to yourself. Right? Because as women, you have a much different bond with the children. And certainly some of you will attest to, they're wholly dependent on you for the first little bit of their life. And the guys just kind of hang around and do what they're told if they're smart.
That is not how this is going to work, Peter. Like, no. No. Thank you so much, Alan. It's so important to get buy-in from the loved ones in your life. I love that. Awesome, awesome tip. Okay, Marianne, best tip for mompreneurs. One thing, if they start doing it today, they'll be successful tomorrow.
Okay, well, it's 2 things. First of all, you need to start a business, and then you need to persist. Alan is right. There are biases. So when you start a business, first of all, you are helping the family because a second income is like a backup plan. And then a lot of men, I had to give up my work because my husband got paid more than me doing the same job. So I became the stay-at-home mom. I became the mompreneur. Okay. And then money causes a problem. But the thing is, jobs have an expiry date and business does not. So when you own your own business, you can handle the pension, because if pensions aren't going to be there, we are the pension. We have a responsibility. Like you said, we're like, business is like a baby, but that responsibility of owning a business is also like carrying the responsibility of the family. And that's what I would say. Persist. Don't give it up. Don't let anybody push you off. My husband once said, I don't know what you do in front of the computer all day. Well, that was a conversation, Alan. Okay. I'm doing my business. Okay. So that's the thing. Just persist. Keep doing it because you are the answer for the family. We are the answer as mom and grandmapreneurs, Darlene. Guys.
Thank you, Betty Ann. And that is why we are pushing Betty Ann to become your very next YouTube rock star, because she was born to do it. Thank you, Betty Ann. What a beautiful, beautiful comment. Guys, that is our base tips from all of the different entrepreneurs from all around the world for our panel. So we want to remind you, if you liked anyone's tip or you liked anyone more than everyone else, or you liked all of them, go and seek them out in the actual description. Their links are there. Their LinkedIn links will be there for absolutely ever. You can always go and connect with them and see what's happening. We want to have Lana wrap up this show with her final comments on this. But before we do, let's hear from Darlene, because I think, Darlene, you have some comments for us from the YouTube channel.
Yes, I do. So there was one from Zippy Zabzowski. Sorry if I read your name. Good evening. Looking forward to this discussion. So she may be online. And then Jeff Banano. He said that he won't be joining the discussion, but he's sending out his sending a shout out. And then he also wrote, shout out to both Somerville and Karen. You both are awesome. Well, everyone here is, but especially these two.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Darlene. This is one of my most entertaining moments, having you read all the weird names in our tribe. Thank you, Tiffy and Jeff. It's so awesome to have you on the actual YouTube channel. Why do you keep doing this to me? What is it? Don't just...
It's a strategy.
What strategy?
It's working. You know what? I absolutely love this topic, but sometimes I think that men feel a little bit lost. They do have their place in this whole scenario. We just got to figure out what it is. So if you look at a mompreneur is somebody that guides their family. They are looking after the interests of their family. If you are looking after a family and a community consists of families, when you are supporting a mompreneur, you're not supporting one business, you're supporting a family, you're supporting a community. When you support community, the community gets stronger. So as men, when we take a look at movements that are happening in the world and they are empowered by women, if you're going to shy away from that or feel like your masculinity is not enough, drop that mentality. We as men need to support these movements because they are beneficial to us and to our communities and to our children. I mean, this is a topic we could discuss. It's a whole extra topic, but we need to show our support. You know, with the men that we've had arrive today, with like Renee and Alan that had to just leave. I know that Alan has been flying all around the world, so he was sitting there extremely jet lagged, but he was still here.
Yeah, that means a lot.
It means a lot. So men, it means a lot when you show your support. So show your support.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, Lana, I'm super keen to hear from you. What did you think about all the tips that we gave for mompreneurs? Do you have anything to add, anything to stress? This is your moment. Please wrap up the coffee shop conversation show on the topic of how on earth what do you need to do to be a successful mompreneur? And you need to unmute yourself in order to be able to do that. It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Okay. I love everybody's remarks because it definitely has weight. For me, it's about breathe, 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 and be kind to yourself. This is not an easy journey. And Karen and Megan about the self-care, you know, going with the flow. It's life. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be happy and try and keep everybody around us happy. Yeah, I really love talking to you about this and to see everybody's passion for it. And I really want to pull this together to be something different than all the other mompreneurs groups with the trillions of moms there. I really want this to be a lot more holistic, getting the right help for moms, the right people to contact. So I hope that, yeah, with this tribe, we can put together a very strong team to back up every mom that needs help. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lana. I love that. I mean, guys, one of the things that Lana is fighting for is that every mompreneur in her group will have access to affordable medical aid. Like, how amazing is that? That just shows how much she actually understands the people that she's working for and fighting for. So, Lana, trick question. Is your LinkedIn link in the description below?
I hope not.
Yes. Okay, the answer is yes. If you guys want to connect with Lana, please reach out and go and click on that link. Reach out and just connect. Start chatting. See how you can make a difference. See how you can get involved. Let's collaborate. Let's build something meaningful. Let's make something beautiful. Because we have the power to build the future that we all want. So let's do that.
Don't read anything on my link. Don't read anything. Just call me or email me. Let's keep this personal. One-on-one sessions.
We'll send you a LinkedIn profile writer. How's that?
Yeah, actually, I can actually put out a challenge to the men out there. Let's not wait for all the women to respond to show their support and see how they can get involved. Yes, it's a mompreneurs group. How can you help? What can you do?
How about we have to wrap up. But how about we bring out a calendar? Like the men can donate photos of themselves, right? That we can.
Okay, that's it.
Anyway, guys, this has been the Coffee Shop Conversation Show for Entrepreneurs. We hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. It's an hour of just chatting in a safe space with entrepreneurs from all around the world, because relationships is everything in business. And how do you build relationships? Through shared experience, okay? So get in touch with the people that's listed in the description. Thank you so much for being here and showing your support. We love you, and we hope you have the absolutely most beautiful week ahead. And we know that all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams will come true. Bye.